Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? Good morning. Yep, it is morning. It is cold. But you know what? It's beautiful to be alive. It's amazing that you can live another day and be able to read from the word of Proverbs, the words of Solomon about wisdom. And that's an amazing thing about being in a free society, that you can read whatever you want. And I choose to read the Bible. Proverbs 9:13 through 18 in the ESV. The woman folly is loud, she is seductive, and knows nothing. She sits at the door of her house, she takes a seat on the highest places of the town, calling to those who pass by, who are going straight on their way. Whoever is simple, let him turn in here. And to him who lacks sense, she says, stolen water is sweet, and bread eaten in secret is pleasant. But he does not know that the dead are there, that her guests are in the depths of Sheol. Chapter 9 is a very interesting chapter because it contrasts two different type of women. I'm going to call them woman folly and woman wisdom. Another way you could say is, I'm going to type this out here. Call them lady wisdom. This is a lady wisdom versus lady folly. Now, let's just go straight. Lady folly. This is another woman, and she is loud. These are all descriptors. She's loud. She is seductive. Whoops. She is loud. She is seductive. Why is it going on? Seductive, and she knows nothing. She sits at the door of her house in the highest place. She sits. This is an action that she's doing. She sits at her house. What is in purple? She sits at her house, calling to those who pass by. Who are going straight on their way. Whoever is simple, whoever turn here, let him turn here. And to him who lacks sense, she says, it's to him who lacks sense. This is interesting. Let's go like this. And to him who lacks sense, stolen water is sweet. Stolen water is sweet, and bread eaten in secret is pleasant. But he does not know that the dead are there. But he does not know that the dead are there, and that her guests, the dead are there. Whoops. Actually, I wanted this back there. The dead are there. Her guests are in the depths of Sheol. Actually, I like this being red. And then their color being white. The guests are in the depths of Sheol. All right. I don't like... So there's two types of women that are out there. That's woman, lady wisdom, and lady folly. Remember, lady wisdom was doing the same thing. She was calling out at the beginning of this chapter, and she was calling out from the highest places of the city Let all who come here, and she's actually saying the same thing. She's calling out those who are lacking in judgment and all that kind of stuff. Come and learn to live the life of understanding and all that kind of stuff. But she prepares a banquet in front of the eyes of all, which is amazing banquet that you could be a part of. You eat of it, and and the thing about her is that she she will call you out on things, and if you are of the wise, you will go ahead and take that take that rebuke and take that correction and be okay. I can go ahead and change my way. But if they're like a scoffer, an evil person, you'll be like, what? Why are you calling me out? Why are you calling me out and stuff like that? And so you don't like to take advice from other people, take a correction and all kind of stuff, and you actually hate that person who will correct you, not knowing that not that you will suffer alone if you don't get your correction and stuff like that. So that's what wisdom does for you. But Lady Folly does the same kind of thing. She's loud, seductive, and knows nothing. Like she actually, when she calls out, it's like, oh my gosh, that's she has. There's something about her that makes everybody want to go to her. Okay. And there's something seductive about it. There's something seductive about going into the ways of evil. Maybe it feels good, maybe it yeah. There's something about it. She sits at the door of high places, calling out to those, and whoever is simple, let him turn in here, and to him who lacks sense, she would say. But the difference here is what she offers, as opposed to what wisdom offers. And because in verse 2, she prepares meat, mixed her wine, and she sets it at a table. But here in verse 17, folly has stolen water, bread eaten in secret. So it's a little more devious in what she is doing. It's not something like a banquet where all is together. It's something. What folly gives you is water that it's like forbidden food, and whatever that forbidden food is, it's not good. Actually, let's go ahead and look this up. Stolen water is sweet. Let's say what does this mean? What does this mean in Proverbs 9? Forbidden or illicit actions, pleasurable and tempting and lawful, than lawful ones. The temporary sweetness of secret sin is ultimately a trap for harmful consequences. Its deceptive allure, stolen water, bread eaten in secret, appears sweet and pleasant. This highlights the deceptive nature of sin. Okay, it's basically what I just said. It's the deceptive nature of sin. Sin, this kind of sin, like, it feels good. It feels good to do the different kinds of sins that you have. Maybe it makes your heart kind of pound, 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 pound. Maybe it could be a sexual sin where it makes you were doing doing the act outside marriage, and maybe like the forbidden woman committing adultery. It feels good. It's okay. It feels good, and that's the thing with folly and that is that the forbidden fruit, the forbidden sin, stolen water, bread eaten in secret. Yeah. And the thing is about sin is actually done in secret. It's of the dark. But when you are in wisdom, you're in the light. That's what banquet is kind of is. So it's kind of like this dichotomy of here's the banquet that everyone sees versus the secret food that you got to eat in secret and stuff like that. And there's something about sin that internally we want to hide that we do it. But it's interesting because in the previous verses, people who are actually in it and maybe like scoffers who are doing the evil and stuff like that, mockers, when people call them out, they get offended. So, but just note that if you're following folly, yeah, you are with the dead, because it would be bad. And actually, verse 12 said those people will suffer alone, which is sad. So, this idea of, I guess you would say, dark and light, the things done in secret are like evil and in the dark and kind of like that, sin and stuff like that. Things done in the light for all to see is more of the wisdom side where everyone sees it. It has like the 7 pillars of wisdom, like things about gentleness, carefulness, all those peace. Those are things in relation to other people and how you relate to other people. While when you're following folly, it's just for yourself. It's very selfish. So wisdom has to do with your interactions with other people in a positive, righteous way, while the woman, Lady Folly, wants you to do things in secret. It makes yourself be, yeah, to fulfill your selfish desires and live a selfish life. So, where you want to be? You want to be in the light with wisdom and God is what God wants. To do things that are appropriate with the 7 pillars of. Let me go back to those verses. The 7 pillars are purity, peaceableness, gentleness, reasonableness, full of mercy, good fruits, impartiality, sincerity. While the woman of folly basically leads to death. And you're by yourself, which sucks. You will die miserably by yourself. So, if you are caught with woman folly, reach out to your brothers who are with Lady Wisdom. Pray to God to get out of whatever sin you have. Ask for forgiveness. And don't stay in it. But I guess it's easy to say that, but to actually do it, I encourage you, my brothers, seek help. You don't need to do it alone, because there are people out there who love you. Yeah, if you want to reach out, I'll go ahead and pray for you and stuff like that too. But whatever the case, be careful, my brothers. Follow Lady Wisdom, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good day. Peace.